Fishbowl rules, please.
The only person in the middle can talk. Correcting is allowed from the people around the middle person. The person will hold up labeled pieces of paper. IF, incorrect fact, and WT is wrong tense. Cushions are where the people who are not talking sit, and the beanbag is in the middle, where the beanbag will be the talking chair. There will be a minimum of 2 sentences when you're talking. You will use the right grammar when talking about the book, as in using the right present tense. There'll be no fishbowl tennis, and try not to use the I agree monster. Every 4 minutes, everyone should talk. You have to put your hand up when you want to speak. The ball will be passed to you under arm, and once you have the ball, you will sit in the middle of the chair and you'll be able to talk.
Are we clear about the rules, everyone? In 3, 2, 1, begin.
So our first dilemma is, why do you think Tally will sacrifice herself for the pill? Is this ethical? And I think that Tally sacrifices herself for the pill because she owes the smoke, and it was her choice that she makes, and it was what she considers to be ethical.
I think Tally, she wants to sacrifice herself because she feels bad for Shay, since Shay has gone and become a pretty. Considering that Shay has been protesting against being a pretty for most of the time, I think Tally feels really bad because in a way she's betrayed everyone, and now it's her turn to sacrifice herself to say, I am really sorry and I hope you guys will forgive me. I will do this for Shay and the rest of the people who want to become to just think properly and not have any doubt that somebody else is almost controlling their minds. She also, I think it's ethical in a way because Tally is saying that she will give up herself. She isn't going and protesting like Shay is. She's saying that I won't take the pill. Tally's saying I will take the pill. I will do this. So in a way it is ethical.
I think when Tally's like sacrificing herself, that's like a way most other uglies who go through the operation, they do it out of their own greed because they want to be pretty. It's like they have to be pretty. It's like they can't live without it. Well, like Tally, she's going through the operation to find a cure for this lesion. So she's like going through the operation to help Maddie to find a cure, and it's like for a good cause.
So, Tally has already, when she went to the smoke, she affected the lives of the people there, like Shay, and and she feels that she feels really bad for them, so she wants to then make it up to them and then sacrifice herself instead of someone else to take the pill.
So our second dilemma is, how do you think the city and rusty ruins are represented, and what are the similarities to our world? What do you think about their governmental and medical system? Considering how the rusty ruins ended up, our world ended up, would you prefer the rest of our world or the city?
I think the Rusty Ruins is almost like the future of what our world would be, because the way technology is going, it's basically we let out new viruses every day, And the way scientists are coming up with new things, it's almost like it's saying that one day we could end up like rusty ruins if we let out the wrong things.
I think the city and the rusty ruins is a great representation of our world today. It shows the rusty ruins show the foolishness of our scientific community and the political systems like dependence on new like medical ways to help us prevent viruses that, as Morgan said, that we give off every day. The city kind of represents our government and medical system because the medical system of New Pretty Town is forcing everyone to take the operation by using they're using human psychology to like manipulate everyone to think that ugly, like the way we are right now, is ugly and we need to become pretty.
As Rick said, the city's forcing the people to like do what they want them to do, and I think it's because like before, like in the Western Ruins world, people had like choices, but they didn't make the right choices. So now like the city got rid of the choices so that they can just control everyone. So I think I would prefer our world, but I think that we should make the right choices.
Going back to what Maho said about we pretty town really doesn't have any choices. Maybe that's because our world today, we always have so many conflicts and so many fights that people got sick of this and they wanted to change something where nobody would get jealous of somebody else or nobody would fight them. So yeah, the lesions are bad and everything, but if you look at it, that New Pretty Town doesn't really have to have any problems with the pretties. The uglies, they're protesting and everything. Still, I think the world could learn a little bit from the city.
I disagree with Morgan because like the prospect of a new pretty town in our world today sounds pretty delightful, but there's a problem. Like with New Pretty Town comes a consequence, and that consequence is you will not be able to think for yourself. The government will be choosing what you do because they have the lesion in your brain to control your thoughts.
Our third dilemma is, do you think the procedure from being ugly to pretty is ethical or just or fair, and why? And I think that it isn't ethical because, first of all, there's no choices. Like it's not their choice, and it also like messes with beauty and the concept of it.
I agree with Mom that's not fair because if you look at Tally's and David's life, you can see how the special circumstances that goes after these people that haven't become pretty while they think that they have to be. So I think that they have to have a choice if they want to, and they should also tell the truth that if you do get this procedure that you have a big chance of getting lesions.
I think, like what we said, a lesion, I think going through the operation would be nice, but as Mao said, it's like you're playing with the prospect of beauty. I think beauty in our world now is almost like New Pretty Town. It's just only an illusion to us.
if they want to do the operation, they should let the people know that there is the fact that these things could happen and what really goes on. It's not fair to give people the operation but not give them enough awareness about it. If they had enough awareness, then it would be their own choice if they wanted to be a pretty. But when they're in the city, they have no choice whatsoever. They have to be a pretty, and they have no idea that it's really what is really going to do.
And also, it's not ethical because it takes away identity and individualism and stuff. And you can't be yourself, and you have no choice to be yourself because you're just forced to be something. And so that also takes away human rights.
Time.